Our delicious debate today, well, for listeners of Oilers Nation every day, you would have heard me outline, I called them the 5 key battlegrounds of this series against Vegas, which sounds intense and extreme.
The ice.
No.
The arenas in which they
That's
play.
not one of the battlegrounds you chose. Okay.
No.
All right. What do you go?
So here are the 5 key areas I identified. Power play, goaltending, high-end skill, the blue line, and the starting games on time, which the NHL is admittedly struggling with. So power play, goaltending.
They don't even have their days right.
No. Power play, goaltending, high-end skill, the blue lines, and starting games on time. Which one of those 5 would you say is the most important to the Oilers winning this series?
I'm going to say goaltending. I think that if Stu even looks more like he was down the stretch, then I don't really think it's close. If
Those last 10 games of the regular season, he was nails.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you can get it somewhere around there, in and about that area, I think the Oilers are in really, really good shape. So I'm going to pick goaltending.
Well, putting aside the NHL factor, I'm going to say it's the start times, because I think that these are going to be some track meets. And I think that if you start a track meet, we've seen it in the past with these Oilers teams. You start a track meet behind the 8 ball, started in the second period, you can find yourself starting a game 3-0 down. And that's very easy to do against this Vegas team. So I'm going to say it's the start times.
Just to follow up on that, the Golden Knights in the regular season, when they led after 2 periods, 34-1-2. Pretty
Not
good.
Ideal. Not ideal.
Really good relief pitching. I think for the Oilers, the number one thing, and we saw it in the LA series, was the power plays. In games 1, 2, and I guess 3 as well, it kind of felt like, and I don't know, we're obviously a little bit biased. We're all looking at it from an Oilers perspective. It felt like not everything was being called that the Kings did. And then in the latter part of the series, games 4, 5, and 6, the Oilers were getting more power play chances. Their power play was scoring, on 50% of their opportunities. Nobody can keep up with that. That's just the way it is. So if this series is the penalties are called even or the penalties are called in Edmonton's favor, I have a hard time imagining the Golden Knights managing to win this thing unless they get, go back to Bagmelk's point. The goaltending's obviously phenomenal. Maybe the only way I think the Golden Knights can compensate for Edmonton's power play is if they completely goalie the Oilers.
I will go with the blue line because I think that the Oilers power play will show up and the high-end skill will be there already for the team. They kind of go hand in hand, I suppose. But if the Oilers are good defensively against the Golden Knights, then I don't know how the Golden Knights are really going to compete with the Oilers.
I think that's a good point. I do actually think the interesting part about laying it out this way is you can honestly make a case for all of these. Yeah. I'm going to say it's the power play, though. Vegas, they averaged almost 3.5 penalties taken per game against the Winnipeg Jets. They also allowed the Winnipeg Jets to score on 40-some% of their power plays. They made the Winnipeg Jets power play look elite. The Winnipeg Jets do not have the best power play of all time. The Oilers do. If Vegas is going to take 3 to 4 trips to the box every game, they are gifting the Oilers basically a 1-2 goal lead right off the jump just from doing that. So if the Oilers keep humming at 50% on the power play, there's just no way Vegas can beat them.
And the Winnipeg Jets power play isn't no pushover. They got a lot of talent on it, but yeah, it doesn't even come close to what the Oilers are able to put out there. And if then what was it? I think it was 41% Winnipeg shot at.
Yeah.
And the Oilers was 57%. The Oilers penalty kill and the Vegas Knights. The Oilers power play and the Golden Knights penalty kill was almost the same number in the first round.
That shouldn't happen.
I think the Golden Knights were around 59%. And yeah, the Oilers were 57%.
So, and the Jets, keep this in mind, the Jets in the regular season were 23rd in the league on the power play. And the Golden Knights penalty kill, 19th on the season as a whole. But from March 1st on, it's 28th in the league.
Something else to consider.
Okay.
Josh Morrissey missed a lot of that series on that power play.
They were missing one of their best power play guys.
So then they still shot at the percentage they did.
Here's one thing also to consider from the regular season. I've just pulled up Hockey Reference, and the Vegas Golden Knights took far and away the fewest penalties this season. The next team on the list in terms of power play opportunities against has 217. That's the St. Louis Blues. They allowed the second fewest. The Golden Knights were only penalized 195 times throughout the regular season.
That's
nuts.
Insane. Where are the Oilers on that list? Because I don't see them in the top 15. They go 6th.
Yeah, right in the middle of the group. Yeah, they took quite a few penalties. They had the 6th most power play opportunities against, so they gave their penalty kill a lot of work.